Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to KPW War Zone. It is I, Tapey Styles, calling the action, flying solo right down the middle as always. And tonight, the fallout from Euphoria, the changing of the guards for 3 of the 4 KPW championships. Last night, we saw the history being made as Slarty became the first ever 2-time KPW Twitch champion. We also saw Hollywood Hannon and David Rush, better known as the Boise Boys, setting the record, making history by becoming the first ever 2-time champions in company history, winning the tag team championships off of the Murder Hornets. And in the main event last night, after a brutal 10-minute brawl, Ding succumbed to the 7'4", 525-pound man beast. Our new reigning defending KPW World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Billy, who we will be seeing more of later on tonight as he celebrates his championship win. But to start the show off hot here tonight, we have an absolute slugfest. The battle of the Lariats, the Twitch champion versus one half of the tag team champions. Slarty goes one-on-one against Hollywood Hannon. David Rush accompanying his tag team partner as they've achieved their goal that they had set ever since they lost the tag team championships. Didn't matter when they were going to get their championships back. It was a matter of time. It was all about when and not if. All to ensure that they would become 2-time tag team champions. And speaking of 2 times, the one and only Slarty successfully regaining the KPW Twitch Championship in that bloody, vicious triple threat match last night at Euphoria, overcoming Corey Sinclair and putting down Popcorn Poppy once again. These 2 individuals in the center of the ring here, Hollywood Hannon, Slarty, willing and able to do whatever it takes to put the other man down. Pile driver from Hollywood. And Slarty, he's a man that takes no prisoners. He's a man that is not to be looked at with direct eye contact. Run the other way if you see this man. He's put Popcorn Poppy on the shelf for 4 months. He concussed Corey Sinclair with that vicious pop-up cutter all those months ago. Lifting chokehold onto Hollywood Hannon. That's a 300-pound man that he's lifting up in the air like that. And Hollywood retaliates with a back suplex. Irish whip reversal by Hollywood. Slarty moves out of the way. It wouldn't be an episode of KPW War Zone if we didn't start things right with a classic Slarty slugfest, a trademark of his. First night as Twitch champion once again. but it doesn't mean he doesn't have challengers. Last night, we had a match to determine the next #1 contender for the Twitch Championship. In the Championship Contenders match, the Monarch Oliver English versus K-Dog. K-Dog emerged victorious that night, continuing his undefeated streak as both Slarty and K-Dog make their way towards Madhouse, our next monthly special event. Both competitors in danger here of getting counted out by the referee. 17 count. Slarty will be defending the KPW Twitch Championship at Madhouse October 27th, 9/8 Central against K-Dog. And also to come later in the month, starting on October 10th, the 6-episode miniseries, The Golden Gauntlet, a 10-man round-robin tournament to determine the World Heavyweight Championship contender for Collision Course in November. More details to follow next week on War Zone. And Slarty and Hollywood are just beating the hell out of each other on the outside here. Pump handle slam down to the floor. There is no give to that padding on the outside. Back suplex on the floor. David Rush looking on. As Hollywood Hand whips Slarty into the ring post. Slarty gets back in on the 18 count. Looked like Hollywood Hand was looking for a lariat. Double hand chokehold once again from Slarty. And Hollywood rises up. And Hollywood set him up for a classic Hollywood lariat. Slarty gripping the right arm of Hollywood Hannon to chop him down in place. These two men have been beating the hell out of one another to start tonight's edition of War Zone. A second lariat from Hollywood Hannon. As he applies a rear naked choke, Slarty makes it to the ropes, however. Hollywood is just raining down a flurry of punches, and Slarty's been busted wide open. Reopening those stitches from last night's triple threat match. Slarty wearing the crimson mask. Camel clutch in effect. And the referee calls for a rope break there. But if you want to talk about blood, who could forget the opening bout of Euphoria last night? Jedi versus the Sauce in First Blood. Nearly 1 hour of hatred, of attrition, of absolute disdain. Jedi and the Sauce pushed each other to the limits, but only one man walked away without the proverbial crimson mask, without any lacerations to the head, and that man was the Viceroy Jedi. We'll be hearing from him next week on Warzone as he takes tonight off to recuperate from the effects of that devastating first blood match. And speaking of devastating, pump handle slam from Hollywood Hannon. Single leg Boston Crab applied. Is Slarty gonna tap? And he refuses. Breaking the eyes of Slarty, trying to blind him. Very difficult enough to see inside that ring when you're busted wide open. And blood's flowing out of your body. Big headbutt from Slarty. Lion Tamer in effect. Can Hollywood reach the ropes? And he does. Slarty going down to the floor. Hollywood getting right back into the ring. Slarty suplexing Hollywood down to the mat, over the top rope and down to the floor. Breaking the eyes of Slarty. And a big lariat on the outside. Any chance that Hollywood has to put things away, Slarty just keeps getting right back up. Lion Tamer on the outside, no rope breaks out there. 18 count. You gotta keep in mind these singles bouts, these televised matches come with 20-minute time limits. Big Slarty lariat, this could be it. Lateral press cover. 2, 3. Slarty picking things up right where he left off. It was practically a 1-month vacation away from the Twitch Championship. But Slarty's reign of terror has resumed. Slarty's stranglehold on the KPW Twitch division has continued. These two individuals, these two men, these two hosses meeting in the middle of the ring here tonight, beating the hell out of each other. They just took each other to their limits. Only one man had more in the gas tank than the other. And that man was your KPW Twitch champion, the 2-time KPW Twitch champion, the one and only Slarty. As referees and ring crew are scraping the blood off the mat, changing the layers of the mat, cleaning the ropes. A-Dog watching on from the stands, looking more than prepared of what he's about to get into. But coming up next, tag team action as the Coney Island Express, Hugo Johnson, Frank Glizzo, take on the Raging Bulls. Ojo Perry, Willie Nixon. Two of KPW's most prominent tag teams. The Coney Island Express, big fan favorites back in the summer. And they built up that grassroots campaign to become KPW Tag Team Champions. It would fall short to the Murder Hornets, the previous KPW Tag Team Champions. And the Murder Hornets would fall short to the Boise Boys. But if any tag team knows the Boise Boys inside and out, if any tag team has experience fighting the Boise Boys on a personal level, it's Mojo, Perry, Willie Nixon, the Raging Bulls. Raging Bulls with the size advantage here tonight. The Coney Island Express with the speed advantage. Got a collar and elbow tie up. Mojo going for a pile driver on Hugo. Irish whip into the ropes. Hugo holds on. Mojo's grip is just a little bit stronger as he locks in another pile driver there. Forearm to the back. Hugo just trying to get to his partner, Frank Lizzo, here. But Mojo's just been like a brick wall here. A third pile driver. And Mojo could be putting things away quite early here. The Raging Bulls, they've been quite determined to get another chance to fight the Boise Boys. Especially now that the Boise Boys are the KPW Tag Team Champions. Record setting 2 times. Drop toe hold by Mojo. Looks to tag in the big man, Willie Nixon. Guillotine by Willie. Mojo looks for the perfect opening to make the tag. This bout has firmly been in control of the Raging Bulls. This could be it here. And Mojo going for a stunner. Cover 2, and Glizzo kicks out. The Raging Bulls have been absolutely dominating Coney Island Express in the opening minutes of this bout. It's really been all Mojo here tonight. Sporting some new gear. New look, new purpose, some new motivation. Coney Island Express also wearing some new apparel. Ready to show the world that they're ready to take on anybody in that tag team division. They're ready to get serious. Pile driver from Willie Nixon. But Hugo's fighting back. Frank gets tagged in. Willie Nixon going low on Frank Glizzo. Sleeper hold, countering the collar and elbow tie-up from Frank Glizzo. A good idea to grapple a man with that much of a size advantage. Tandem offense from Coney Island. Body slam by Hugo. Big drop kick by Willie. Still to come later tonight, the championship celebration with Crisp Billy. Our resident interviewer Roger will be standing by to hopefully get some words out of their new KPW World Heavyweight Champion. We'll also be seeing Nick Flawless go one-on-one against Tape. And in the main event, the return of Pierre Cinema. Pierre Cinema will be going one-on-one against Bam Dardino. Bam Dardino, of course, lashing out after losing the KPW Hardcore Championship match against Popo. The only one of the 4 champions to retain their titles last night. We're laying a post-match beatdown on Popo. Pierre Cinema made the save. Try and reason with the blue chipper. And unfortunately for Bam, cooler heads did not prevail. We'll be seeing Bam Dardino versus Pierre Cinema, first time ever in the main event of War Zone here tonight. Mojo and Hugo duking it out here. Frank Glizzo trying to ram Mojo's head into the turnbuckle. Big metal plate underneath that padding, and that padding does not protect the head as much as you think it would. Tag made to Frank. And Mojo Perry just keeping the pressure up on Coney Island. Guillotined by Willie Nixon. Going low on Frank Glizzo now. Left hook to the sternum. Camel clutch in effect. Willie Nixon had that cinched in tight. Sleeper hold by Mojo. Trying to squeeze the life out of Hugo. Willie and Frank, the 2 legal men in this bout. Big pile driver from Frank, and Willie gets right back up. The Raging Bulls have been controlling the pace of this match from the opening bell. Hugo picking up a head full of steam though. Taking off like a runaway train here. But Willie's doing his absolute best to cut off the wave of momentum for the Coney Island Express. appears the Raging Bulls are starting to get a little frustrated here. A bit incensed. Referee losing control of this match. He's ordering both partners, the legal men, to get back onto the apron before the count of 5. Pile driver by Willie. Looks like Willie's going for a Bronco Buster here. And he connects with it. Mojo in position. Hooking the leg. And Hugo reaches the ropes with the outside hand. Hugo Johnson behind enemy lines here. Mercilessly double teamed here by the Raging Bulls. Favoring his neck there. Maybe he got a little bit of whiplash from that Bronco Buster. Pile driver onto Hugo there. And Hugo's too close to the ropes once again. And it looks like Mojo's looking for the stunner to here again. He calls that the bullhorn. Cover. And Frank just immediately breaks it up. The spatial awareness of the Coney Island Express keeping them alive through the duration of this bout. Hopefully for the Coney Island Express, they're wearing some red Solo cups underneath those shorts. They're gonna need all the protection they could get. Roll-up attempt. Mojo Perry, the legal man. However, Hugo Johnson is not. Frank Glizzo on the outside. Trying to recuperate himself. Frank attempting to spring into action here. But Mojo has just been scouting everything that the Coney Island Express could throw at them. Armbar attempt, rope break. This has practically been a handicap match here. Mojo doing a majority of the work for the Raging Bulls, having no problems dealing with the Coney Island Express. Rapid fire knees to the gut of Frank Glizzo here. Lateral press pinfall. 1, 2, breakup by Hugo. Glizzo and Nixon taking the fight to each other here. And Willie Nixon going for another Bronco Buster. Yelling to the crowd under the boardwalk. Dragging Frank to the center of the ring. No rope breaks this time. hooking the leg. 1, 2, broken up once again by Hugo. The agility of Coney Island Express keeping them alive in this bout. This is a side of Coney Island that we have never seen before. We've never seen the Coney Island Express so vulnerable in tag team action. And Mojo, the legal man, hooking the leg himself now. Cover. Another breakup from Hugo. Hugo ducking the dropkick attempt from Willie Nixon. Drop toe hold. Mojo has all eyes on Hugo here. Breaking the back of Hugo, digging those nails and into the skin. Lateral press, excuse me, hooking the leg. Lateral press is a whole different position. Whole different type of pinfall there. And Hugo kicks out for his team. Irish whip. Trying to make Hugo collide with his tag team partner. Tag made to Willie Nixon. And I just can't believe that Coney Island is still in this. It might be all said and done. It is. The Raging Bulls isolating each member of Coney Island. Almost taking turns beating the tag team down. Almost like they enjoyed beating the hell out of these two. Coney Island Express absolutely bullied here tonight. As Mojo makes the run across the ring to cut off Frank Glizzo. I think it's time to get the win. Time to secure the victory for the team. Coney Island Express had a lot in the tank. They're not afraid of a fight. They have no ability to quit in their mind. They have the heart, they have the soul, they have the spirit. But unfortunately, on some nights, your best is just not enough. And the Raging Bulls were a grim reminder of that. Congratulations to Mojo Perry, to Willie Nixon, the Raging Bulls.
Please excuse the eye patch. I don't need another maniac like Jedi kicking and back fisting my head in like last week. Ladies and gentlemen, what we saw last night on Euphoria was a changing of the guards. Scores were settled, battles were fought, and wars were concluded. One such battle was our main event bout last night, where the concluding moments of the show are forever etched in the history books in KPW. Our former world heavyweight champion, the Icon, the man they call Ding, put up a valiant yet short effort against the guest I'm about to introduce to you all tonight. Some may refer to him as the Lord of Darkness. Some may remember him as a former KPW hardcore champion. He's big, he's strong, he's dangerous, and he is your new KPW World Heavyweight Champion. The 7'4", 525-pound man beast. Please give a warm welcome to Crisp Billy.
Been waiting for the better part of 24 hours to see this. Our first appearance from the KPW World Heavyweight Champion, the 7'4", 525-pound man beast, Crisp Billy. One of the most feared men across all of Twitch professional wrestling. Ding gave it everything he got. He was the first man to kick out of a GFD, but when you get lucky once, it means you're not going to get lucky twice. And Crisp Billy put him down with a second GFD.
After what happened 2 weeks ago, I'm not even gonna attempt to hand you the microphone, son. I know you can be one big, nasty, sinister son of a bitch. But what you achieved in the middle of this ring last night is something that very few will ever achieve. On behalf of everybody in the back, the board of directors, and even the commentary booth, congratulations on becoming our third ever KPW World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not gonna try and squeeze answers out of you, because this is the cherry on top for your big victory last night. But what I am going to ask of you is to hand me your current championship belt. On your path to the top, you have left a trail of destruction every way you turn. It took the effort of 6 men to take that hardcore championship away from you at Summer Spark. And as KPW enters a new era, so do you, Crisp Billy. To commemorate a new era, we have crafted something that is worthy for the 1% that will reach the heights that you have. I present to the wrestling world the era of darkness. And I hereby present to you, Crisp Billy, your new KPW World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Oh my God! We have a new KPW World Heavyweight Championship belt, and Crisp Billy, well, he's celebrating the only way he knows how. He's just beating the hell out of Roger now. You know, I was really surprised when Crisp Billy relinquished that old KPW World Heavyweight Championship belt so easily. He hardly needed convincing on that part. I take it that he likes the new belt, but I think he likes beating the hell out of Roger a little bit more. We understood from the past several weeks, the past 6 months of Crisp Billy's run here in KPW, as he just rapid fires these choke slams. He counts his pin on Roger. He's a man that shows and doesn't tell anybody. He is a man that would much rather let his actions speak for him. And one has to wonder, with the message that Chris Billy has sent here tonight, are in spite of Roger presenting him with that new prestigious KPW World Heavyweight Championship belt, retiring the old Pretty Platinum. That gorgeous new design and regalia. And with the way that he was able to overwhelm the icon, the man they called Ding last night, the way that he was able to put down men like Sigma Shuko to get this opportunity in the first place. Who the hell is gonna step up to the plate to fight a man like Chris Billy, this 7'4", 525-pound man beast? I think he's made it incredibly clear. And Roger said that he was ushering KPW into the era of darkness. Chris Billy made sure to make Roger a sacrificial lamb out of it. Hopefully this means Roger will just stay away from a KPW ring from here on out. It'd be the smartest thing that Roger's ever done in the history of his interviewing and broadcasting career here. But coming up next, singles action. Nick Flawless, Greek Machismo himself, goes one-on-one against Tape. Tape has been here from the very beginning, winning in the main event of Spring Stampede all the way back at the end of March. Tape has had his run-ins with Chris Billy before, all those months ago, emerging victorious in that Four Corners match, teaming up with Ding and Slarty to take out the big man. And out comes Greek Machismo, Nick Flawless. All the pomp and circumstance he could afford. A victory over a man like Tape tonight would be massive for Mr. Nick Flawless. Tape has yet to win any championship gold here in KPW. He's come extremely close to becoming the first ever KPW World Heavyweight Champion, ultimately falling short to the Monarch Oliver English. These two individuals, they've been looking for any chance they could get. Any opportunity, any opening. Any chance to build some momentum up here in KPW and capture championship gold. As Tape breaks the eyes of Nick Flawless. Knee lift by Nick Flawless. Tape trying to snap the arm out of the socket. Separate the arm from the shoulder. Test of strength here between Tape and Nick. Tape overpowering and hitting Nick with a Northern Lights suplex there. Hard Irish whip, back body drop. Send Nick flying almost into the ropes there. That could have been dangerous for Nick Flawless if his legs hit the ropes. Nick Flawless reciprocating with a back body drop of his own. As we see an interesting mix of styles here tonight. Tape representing a new school of wrestling, a new style, a big melting pot of the old and the new. Nick Flawless going by the fundamentals. Trying to win the relics of KPW by incorporating the relics of the past. A reverse figure 4 leg lock from Tape. Gotta watch out for those educated feet. Tape, he's used those legs before to win championship gold in other promotions. Drop kick from Tape. Targeting the legs of Nick Flawless once again. Inverse figure 4 leg lock. The strategy on Tape is solid here tonight. Take out the legs of Nick Flawless and he can't descend from the top with that patented flying elbow. The Flawless elbow. Nick hoping to kick Tape away like it's 300. Trying to overwhelm him with the strength of a Spartan kitchen sink from Tape. And Nick's just doing his best to cover up that gut region. Big punch from Nick Flawless. Running knee lift from Tape. Diving missile drop kick. And Nick is just gasping for air. He's in sink or swim territory here tonight. But he's doing his absolute best to keep up with a man like Tape. Knee lift from Nick Flawless. And Tape goes low on Greek Machismo. Hurricane Rana float over to a pinfall attempt. Knees on the shoulders and Nick still kicks out. Uranagi from Tape. Hooking the leg, outside leg. And Nick kicks out once again. And Nick goes low on Tape there. Nick blocking the knee lift. And now he's giving Tape a taste of his own medicine, targeting his legs. looking for that roundhouse kick to the back of the head. Trying to subdue the one they call Greek machismo. And Nick is just continuing the assault. Irish whip reversal. Nick's primed for it. A big running boot from Tape, though. Reverse armbar. Nick wrenching the arm of Tape, driving his elbow down into the shoulder. Tape covering up the shoulder as much as he can. Mounting up some kind of comeback here against Nick, but might not be for long after that low blow attempt. Flawless taking the opportunity to hot dog and grandstand to the fans here tonight in the Kumite Forum. The official home of KPW, the local residency. Nick suplexes Tape back inside the ring. Schoolboy pin! And Tape kicks out. Inside cradle! And Tape kicks out once again. Nick Flawless choking the life out of Tape, pressing his foot up against his jawline. Kitchen sink from Tape there. Tape looking for another drop kick from the top, which he connects with. Rope break. Now Tape is targeting the arms of Nick Flawless, trying to neutralize the impact of a potential Flawless elbow. Nick Flawless known for his aerial offense. Tape looking for a knee lift there, and Nick catching the ankle. Tape hitting Nick Flawless with a dragon screw there. Looking for a springboard missile drop kick, and he connects with it. Right into the back of Nick Flawless. Nick Flawless in an ankle lock. And Tape taps him out. All that hard work trying to neutralize the legs of Nick Flawless in the opening minutes of the bout has paid off for Tape. Tape has been looking for an opportunity like this for quite a while. And Nick Flawless had no choice but to tap there. He put up one hell of a fight against Tape. Nick Flawless has been one of the big rising stars here in KPW. But But Tape's in-ring experience, the hardships he had to go through from promotion to promotion. This has been his chance to make things right. His chance to get up to the mountaintops the right way. And the lights are going out. What the hell's going on here? Fans are looking into the crowd. Oh my God. That better not be who I think it is. Oh my God. Hell has frozen over. It's Bob. Bob picking a fight with Nick Flawless after the bells rang. What the hell is the meaning of all this? Oh, don't tell me that there's any kind of connection between him and Tape. Those two have gone very far back. And Bob is just relentless with these spears to Nick Flawless. But Nick's doing his absolute best to fight back. Big slam from Bob down to Nick Flawless. Greek Machismo is in danger here. Power bomb from Bob. And he's a big dude here. 6'8", 300 pounds. And it appears Nick might have busted open Bob here with that well-calculated punch. But I think it's only pissed off the big man. Another snap power bomb from Bob. He's just continuing this assault. The referees, the security, they don't know what to do. They're in shock and awe from this man. Bob's sizing up Nick Flawless here. Big sidewalk slam. He's got Nick up. And he slams him down with a big choke slam. I believe he calls that the last caress. And he's not finished with the man. Tape better give us some answers here next week on War Zone. What the hell is the meaning of this attack here from Bob? He's walking the ropes and he slams down onto the back of Nick Flawless. A third and hopefully final last caress. What an absolutely breathtaking debut here from Bob. Bob has entered KPW. Bob has entered the fight pit. And hopefully next week on Warzone we'll be getting more answers about about why Bob chose tonight to appear here on War Zone to make his arrival at KPW. What's his connections to a man like Tape, who's mysteriously disappeared during this assault? Leaving the ringside area, letting Nick Flawless take in the adoration of the fans. Was this a setup from Tape? This appearance from Bob has left me with more questions than answers. And hopefully we'll get some answers next week on Warzone. But coming up next in our main event, for the first time ever, first match since Summer Spark, Pierre Cinema, the star of the show, France's Greatest Export, goes one-on-one with the blue chipper, a former friend and now turned foe, Bam Dardino. Pierre Cinema walking down the aisle, watching Nick get carried up on a gurney. Bob retreating into the crowd, into the Kumite Forum. But Bam and Pierre have some differences to settle here tonight. A once tight-knit friendship broken down in the blink of an eye. Pierre Cinema spending the last several months trying to work his way to the top the right way. Do you think to conduct himself with honor, with dignity? Not approving of the way that Bam Dardino has gone about things. And things reached a boiling point between these two last night at Euphoria after the Hardcore Championship match. Bam Dardino laying a beatdown in on Popo, the only champion to retain their title last night. Pierre Cinema intervened and told Bam Dardino straight up, when I look at you after what you just did to Popo, the way that you conducted yourself after a loss in the center of the ring, I don't look at you as a man anymore. I look at you as just a bum. Fans bringing Bum Dardino signs to the Kumite Forum here tonight. It has been absolutely incredible seeing the way that Pierre Cinema has turned himself around here. You're going for that Indian deathlock, patented submission hold of his. Big suplex by Bam Dardino. Waistlock tie up, Pierre Cinema landing on his feet after that German suplex attempt. Camel clutch onto Bam. I suspect that this is gonna get much worse before it gets any better for either of these two men. Bam Dardino powering out of that pile driver attempt. Waistlock tie-up. Pierre raking the back of Bam Dardino. Another Indian deathlock. It really is heartbreaking seeing a good friendship break up like this. A partnership dissolving in real time. And Bam Dardino is just unleashing his frustrations out on Pierre here tonight. Backslide pin from Pierre Cinema, 1 count. Bam stood by Pierre Cinema side by side back in the spring. Spent all that money on a Lamborghini that he's never gonna get back. Pierre Cinema's never gonna give them that money back to Bam. Bam's never gonna get the insurance for that exploded car. All the work of Jim Ross back in April. Old wounds between these two just resurfacing. These two are just absolutely slugging it out here in the center of the ring. Leapfrog from Pierre. Big running clothesline. Double axe handle to the back of Bam. Here scouting that back body drop attempt by Bam. Stopping right in his tracks. You're losing that respect for Bam Dardino. And now he's just choking the life out of his former friend. And when we look back at all these things, we realize that the formation that these two had as friends was not a solid foundation to begin with. These two were united in destroying the reputation of another man. The reputation of a man named Jim Ross. And these two reaped the benefits of what they did to that man over the past several months. Bam Dardino immediately getting a world title shot in the wake of that feud. Pierre Cinema achieved his goal. He exposed Jim Ross for being the man that he was never before. He exposed Jim Ross for being just an act, just a circus act, a fraud, a phony, a fake. Bam Dardino just laying it all out here on Pierre Cinema, yelling at him, "Why didn't you save me?" Red Jedi made the beatdown the last time we were supposed to have a match. Emotions running high in this bout here tonight in the main event of War Zone. Here, continuing to work down the legs of Bam Dardino, slamming his knee down to the ring mat there. Coming up next week on War Zone, we'll be seeing Bob make his debut, his in-ring debut here in KPW against Nick Flawless. Penciled in, locked in by the board of directors, the director of talent relations, Mr. Kim Jornet. Elbow from the second rope by Pierre Cinema. Also in action, Sigma Shuko goes one-on-one against David Rush. We'll be seeing Chris Billy in a triple threat match against Papyrus and Big Bernard, 1,200 pounds in the center of the ring in next week's main event, with more to be announced in the days to come. We'll also be hearing from our now former KPW World Heavyweight Champion, Ding, as he addresses the fallout from Euphoria. Where does he go next? As we approach our next monthly special, Madhouse, October 27th, 9/8 Central. But we are also 10 nights away from the launch of the round robin tournament, the Golden Gauntlet, Thursday nights at 9/8 Central. 10 of KPW's finest performers, 10 of KPW's fiercest athletes duking it out. 10 wrestlers, 2 blocks, 5 weeks. And the winner of each block will compete against each other in week 6 to determine the #1 contender, the KPW World Heavyweight Championship, all the way at Collision Course. Schoolboy by Pierre Cinema, and he secures it on Bam Dardino. Telling Bam on the mat here, if you ever decide to apologize, it's gonna be as loud as the disrespect. And Pierre Cinema paying that disrespect back in full here tonight. After that hard-hitting bout, after that emotional roller coaster between these two former friends, I have the feeling that this is not over between these two. Bam Dardino is frustrated. He's incensed in the center of that ring. Pierre Cinema out in the third row celebrating with the people. He's back. He's here to stay in KPW. And we're all out of time. I've been Tapey Styles, the only man that could call the action right down the middle, flying solo as always. And we'll be seeing you next week for another